Hello and welcome to the hard part. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I feel like whenever something like this happens, like there's this period of adjustment of like, it feels like chaos and it feels like crisis in a way. Like there's that crisis period of, okay, cancelling all the trips, obviously cancelling all the races, clearing the calendar, and then that initial period of, for this in particular, extreme rest and like doing not much. And then I had a week there of going, okay, I feel a little better, let's build back up the running, which culminated in that 35-minute run, if anyone watched the video. And like it wasn't bad necessarily, sort of, but it wasn't good. And essentially it became pretty obvious that I needed to not push it that hard, even though it wasn't hard. Oh my gosh. Either way, since then I have gone back to run walking. I have not continued with the trying to run consistently, and actually for the week I did less overall, but I got out and did some longer things. So Sports Doc suggested that because my heart rate was so high in last week's video, if that won't make sense if you haven't watched it, go watch it, but she suggested I go back to the 3-minute run, 1-minute walk to give my heart rate a chance to come back down. Did that and actually got through 40 minutes and then a couple of days off, 60 minutes. And to be honest, then I've been doing too much. And I've realized this is the hard part. This is the part where it's like, okay, crisis is over. It's or sort of like it's no longer new and different, and it's never exciting to be sick, but it's also like a different feeling when it's gone on for long enough that you're just like, okay, this now is like having to adjust to a new normal. But when your new normal is like, feels like I'm balancing on a knife's edge of too much versus too little. Like in a way, not doing anything isn't a solution either, because you don't get healthy by lying on the couch and doing absolutely nothing, and my brain would absolutely go kaput. So what I've ended up started doing, oh my goodness, I have completely rejigged my business side of life, opened a trust, opened multiple new bank accounts, and reshaped how I do everything run coaching wise, which more on that coming later once I actually fully announce it. But I've gone on this deep dive of like reshaping my business side of things. And then I've also, once you spend enough time at home, I've realized how bare our apartment is. I love our little apartment, but she could use some homeliness. So I've spent the last week, actually I can show you. I have these are where some pretty baskets are gonna go. I've just got those. Look at this little dude. He's even in a rocking chair. Anyways, and then I've got all the plans for umbrella stands and things and signs, and what else have I done? Oh, I have meet Pippa, Jemima, that's Goldie because she's gonna have gold flowers. Fun fact, if I don't name a plant, I don't look after it well enough to keep it alive. So I've realized that any plant in the past I haven't named dies. Any plant I name doesn't die. So we already had Big Red and Spike over there, but I've bought more flowers, more plants. The ones that say thrive on neglect are my favorite. which also includes this little Bambi. But either way, I've rearranged this room already, and then yesterday I rejigged the whole bathroom. New shower, contraption, new shelves on the wall, towel racks and spent a fair while at Bunnings. But I've realised that, like, that's also too much at times. Which, yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know where I sit with things right now, because I don't actually have a huge desire to run. Purely because if I go for a run, I can't do much, if anything, for the rest of the day at the moment. Some days, I feel like it's Russian roulette, at least. Because some days I was going for the run walk, getting home and being like, yes, I feel a bit better. And then other days it was like, ooh, okay, don't know actually what I've overdone it with, but that didn't end well. So yeah, there's like this huge part of me going, well, let's use this time to set up life, set up home, that all those little things that when you're in training, you go, oh yeah, that cupboard, like I fixed the cupboards yesterday, they've been broken, and put new hinges on things and stuff. All those tiny little things that you go, not enough energy for, not enough time for. I feel like now I've been lying on the couch scheming while I was resting, going, well, now I have time to do all these things. And then now I'm trying to do them and putting myself every few days back on the couch again because I'm doing them. And that sucks. Like, honestly, I'm just so frustrated with this whole process, I must admit. At the same time, I'm still like thankful to have the time to reset things up and I feel like right now I still am setting myself up for a better next year, better year after, like more stability, just everything will be better long term. Just right now, I just keep finding myself having moments where I'm in the middle of doing something, be it reorganizing the cupboards because they're absolute trash, and or trying to set up the back end of my business, and I'm in the middle of it and I'll get the dizzy spells or the fatigue and I have to go lie down. But once I'm lying down, I actually feel okay. And then I'm like, okay, now I want to do the thing. But then you get back up and you try and do it and you can't do it. And so you go back and lie down, and it's just this like never, and it'll end. It will end. But this is certainly proving to be the hard part in that way. Because I feel, as every time I go to rest, I feel it doesn't take long to feel good. I will say, I really overdid it Sunday. Biked around for Melgmara and then caught up with a few people afterwards, and the palpitations were back strong. Don't do that. So yeah, I'm in limbo land, it feels like, but I'm also redecorating. I bought new sheets, new doona covers, new wall decorations. The place is gonna look better, but I don't know how much better I'll feel for doing that. Nah, I will. This video is totally not even making sense right now as I say this, and that's probably indicative of how the last week has been. Like, I wasn't going to make anything because I'm like, this is just internal and external mayhem in a weird way. But it is what it is. And I can now recognize that this is the messy middle, the very messy middle. And there's often a messy middle in all sorts of things, where you start on a new venture of any kind, be it recovery from post-viral fatigue and dealing with POTS, or like something exciting, even a trip. Like there's always a messy middle where the newness is worn off. There's no proper end in sight yet. There's no like outcome, and you're just getting through the days. So that's me. I'm here getting through the days, I am about to go for my first run walk in, I don't even know what day it is, 4 or 5 days. And the fact that I don't even know that is a good thing. Like, I stopped tracking days. I stopped caring what I did in a day exercise-wise, because I would rather be a functional human with a set up life that can work and do things before I am a runner again. Like, I feel like if I dive straight back into running, that's then just going to take all my time, all my energy. Nothing like progresses except, and it's the riskiest thing to return to. Like, I'm like, if I can't get through a day of like pottering around the house cleaning up, how the hell am I supposed to build at being an athlete again? One day at a time, I suppose. Don't have an answer for that one, but all I know is I'm hoping that it's only a little period like this. Ah, the joys. The joys. So yeah, I'm gonna tackle, I won't have many before and after things. There'll be another video next week with some before and afters, because a lot of the things I'm doing won't take long. And I'll put some fun before and afters from all the little renovations I'm doing, because that's about as exciting as my life gets right now, which isn't very exciting. But hey, here's to anyone else in the messy middle, or that period where you like can do some things but not others, and then sometimes you say yes and it feels awesome to be normal again for a few hours, but you pay the price like as soon as you get home. So anyone got any tips for navigating this stage? By all means, shoot them at me, because I know more rest is better still. But yeah, when you're at the point where you feel good when resting and the energy's back, don't know what to do with that. But either way, no more rambling. There's no point to this video other than to update the fact that this is a shit process. So yeah, hi, bye. I'm off for a run, and hopefully next week I'll have more updates on things that have worked. And actually I'll update everyone on all the things I've stuck with that I tried everything at the beginning of this. Chiro, acupuncture, Bowen therapy, all of the things. I'm still doing some of them. So I'll update on the things I found that help, the books I've been reading, and yeah. For now though, sorry for the wildly weird video. I'll try and make it interesting when I edit this, but if it's not, welcome to life.